What's up, guys? This is the UOB Universe, and I'm just gonna see if I can hurry up and get started with this because I'm just expect a cut somewhere in between because considering the time that I'm about to do this reaction and also considering the length of this movie, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna walk in and probably interrupt this entire madness with some noise or whatnot, and I'm gonna have to cut it out and then ruin my experience. But I really want to watch this movie, and this movie is the Everfree for thing. I don't remember the title, and I don't have it here, but all I do know is Legends of Everfree. I think this is just me going off the top of my head. I remember watching the trailer a little while ago, and this is a straight to Netflix movie, not a theatrical release like some of the other ones. And yeah, so as a mini what I know about this, from what I saw from the trailer, is that they're just gonna go to they're gonna go to camp, and then you got this chick that is apparently evil. I have no idea where this is alluding to, but I think this would be the first literal movie where we have no Twilight at all. Like, I know what you're about to say, but what about the last movie? The last movie didn't really have any much Twilight at all, but she did show up, even if it was end credits, but she did show up. So I want no Twilight at all. Like, no MLP Twilight, just pure cast. The only MLP person that we have is technically Sunset, but I count her more as an Equestria girl than anything, because we've only known her as an Equestria girl mostly, not her pony life and just no backstory. So, well, that being said, we're going to see how this movie holds up when it comes to compared to the other three, because in personal opinion, Rainbow Rocks is still my personal favorite, as most other people's apparently, and we'll just see how this one holds up for itself. So, yeah, head off the link in the description below for the Google Drive, because I know dang well that Hasbro's going to take this down as soon as I bring it up on the internet. So I'm going to put put it up here and do what I usually do when it comes to like avoiding copyright and whatnot. Okay, 3, 2, 1 now. Alright, what's up, guys? This is the end me talking. Ready to give you my full review of what I think about this movie, and, you know, for the people who just want to listen to the overall, just make this video like an overall review, check out the reaction if you want to see it. But here's why I really think about this movie. It's great. It gets a solid 9.9 out of 10, mostly because, well, as I said in the very, start of the movie, if there is no Discord cameo in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to deduct points. I'm sticking to that. 9.9 out of 10. It could have been a 10, but nope, they just had to be like, you know what, Discord's not that important. You know, the guy that's... Oh, never mind. Just going to get off of that. But we first open up with the movie with Twilight having night terrors of her nightmare self, which makes sense, I guess. From after her traumatic experience of what happened before, she doesn't believe in herself, especially when it comes to anything magic related. So it makes sense for this Twilight to feel this way, because this isn't the Twilight that we know back in the old Equestrian universe. So seeing her go through the struggle of this eternal mind struggle, kind of like Bruce Banner and Hulk, how Hulk always wanted to take control, and as soon as Hulk takes control, he doesn't believe he'll ever be able to control it again. As for this, it does a whole lot of weight to it, especially from the beginning. It showed a nightmare with her nightmare self just obliterating her friends and saying she's going to take control. Yeah, I would be afraid of myself too if I constantly see this in my face. I'm currently watching the screen. After that, you go to Everfree, and we also see they also had history with Celestia and Luna. I would like a mini flashback sequence seeing tiny Celestia and tiny Luna going to this camp, but sure, why not? Let's just go off with it. Another thing about this that they wanted to handle was the chemistry within all the characters, along with all the background characters as well. Having little minor speaking sequences, the most coming from Bulk Biceps, I believe. And one coming from Derpy, which is great, because they're not afraid to allow her to have dialogue now. When she shows up, she can actually talk, unlike some Beats-wearing headphone user that I'm still waiting for a single word to come out of her mouth. What goes on is that apparently there's magic going off, and they want to do a double, triple fake out. A double, triple fake out to me is showing two people that could fake you out 3 times over, because the fake out was there is no Everfree person. There's actually a person. There's actually the sister of the main cat dude. I forgot his name, but the main camp dude. I will get to him later. He deserves his own section of this mini review. and she was using magic. She was doing this. She doesn't know how to control it. You have a person you use to control. You got a good relationship there. After all this is going on, you now see the real conflict. They're about to lose the camp after the session, so she's trying to do her damnedest to make sure that she keeps it, which she has good intentions, but doing it about the wrong way. So not villain, but just antagonist, because she is a hindrance to what's going on to the overall story. As for the struggle with Twilight was handled perfectly. I liked her beginning, middle, and resolution of actually seeing how friendship helps in this matter, and that works. And seeing that the newfound main 7 in this universe now have new powers that can be the rainbow power, that can be the subspace, you could say, to the rainbow power in our Equestria universe. But again, the only time we've seen rainbow power is in the dream sequence where Nightmare Moon was haunting Luna's brain and stuff. We haven't really been seeing use rainbow power much, just using the map to go to the place, but never really using their power to really do anything about it. This, however, I can see them being used like the Power Rangers of sorts, or Sailor Moon. Other instances is great movie all around. I loved everything about it. Now, the two main things I want to talk about: Flash Sentry and the new guy. All right. This is important to talk about because some people don't understand me. I'm a story writer, and me being a story writer means that I value characters. And since I value characters, I personally hate it, whenever a show, a series, or anything of the sort makes a character and does nothing with them. You can have a character and you have the fan base hate that character. Instead of getting rid of said character or making this character be less relevant, you make the character a good character. It's not hard to do that. It's not hard. It's really not. I've gone through this many a time in my story writing career, which isn't a real career. It's just a hobby that people read and they give my feedback on, and I get that feedback and I understand how making a character works. Flash Sentry is not how you do a good character. Having a character to be as generic as possible and only have the bare minimum of what you can do with this character is not a good character. And many people have shown this, and he's got a lot of hate because of it. It was jokingly hating, saying, "Oh my God, he's going out, he's trying to be with Twilight, and it's a forced relationship." And with this forced relationship, and not to mention, it doesn't make much sense because on the basis of she's a pony, even though she's human here, she's still a pony at heart. Same thing goes for Sunset, but it's kind of like if you live in Texas for over a year, you're basically a Texan or something like that. I don't know the entire basis. But see, I'm more of a Texan now than I'm from New Orleans, because I've lived in Texas a lot longer than I have lived in New Orleans. I even lost my New Orleans accent. I've literally lost it. I don't even have it anymore. So that's what I mean. So if Sunset is going to be going out or be good friends with Flash, it makes more sense. They spent more time together because she has been here for a longer amount of time than Twilight ever had. Now, as for the new character, now I don't know his name because I'm not good with names. However, this new character, he was handled beautifully. I was going to say perfectly, but beautifully is about as good as you're going to get to perfect for me. How he was handled. He came in and he actually engaged in conversation. This guy had more lines in this one movie than Flash has ever had in any of the movies with Twilight. Period. Alright? I'm willing to bet that. I'm willing to bet you guys to count how many lines this guy had in this one movie and count all the lines that Flash has had towards Twilight. It has to be towards Twilight for the relationship to be good. I don't want him talking to someone else. I don't want him to have random dialogue. I want to be to Twilight. Count how many dialogue sequences she had with Twilight, and count how many times this new guy had with Twilight, and just see how the chemistry happened. Chemistry is how you make a good relationship. Having a stereotypic type of relationship, aka bumping into one another, or having our hands touch, now it's a connection, is not the way you do a good relationship. It's actually really cliche and it's not something I'm into. As for this relationship, he went in, he actually engaged in conversation, he tried to actually do something about a person that he kind of likes, and they like each other because they engaged in conversation, not because this guy looks cute. It may have been from the beginning where they first saw each other as like, oh, she's cute, oh, he's cute. Let's actually talk to one another to understand. So that's what I like. So that's pretty much it when it comes to that dynamic. So what's your take on it? Do you think this was handled way better than Flash Sentry, or do you think Flash Sentry was still good? Because you will always, I'm not saying that there aren't people who didn't like Flash Sentry. I like Flash Sentry because I wanted to see his potential. But since they're literally getting rid of that potential, because clearly now with this, I got to go with the new guy. I gotta go with the new guy. So you guys tell me your opinions on this, and don't go off on opinion saying I hate Flash because of reasons that you won't explain. Explain the reasons why Flash was not handled correctly, because that's how it works. You need to explain why you have a pet peeve toward a character. Because if you just say I don't like this character, that's not a critique. Just saying you don't like a character. Anyone can say that. Even a person who likes a character just say I hate a character. It doesn't mean that they really hate it. So you gotta explain. So that's just me. And that's just this. This is a great movie, and I can't wait until the next one comes out, because clearly there's going to be a new series going on, and I can't wait for it's probably coming out next year or something. And that's pretty much it. That's been my take on it. I'm happy because I'm hearing people in the background. They just got here. I'm happy it happened at the end, and not during, because that would have been annoying to edit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And it also would have took me out of the entire groove of what this movie was doing, and it was great. So this is Do You Want to Be Universe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.